Hello, I'm Martha Allen, your self help success coach. Self help does not mean you have to do it all by yourself. Self help means that you're going to go out and you're going to find the answers. You're going to find the people to give you the answers, or you're going to do the research that it takes to find out the answers. And you will not be just waiting for someone to give them to you. You will ask the questions you need to ask. You will do the planning you need to do to get the answers you need for a successful future. Now, I am a self help success coach, and I have over 30 years of experience working with people on a one on one basis, helping them to find the answers that they needed to succeed in their life. And now today I want to help you college students who's planning your future but not sure of how the outcome will be when you start looking for a job or start looking for housing and other life uh, journey responsibilities to take care of yourself. So life journey uh, is what we'll be talking about and what it's going to cost. It's important that you know how much it will cost before you choose your career, so you can make sure that you choose a career that will pay for your lifestyle. Many times students go to college, they go through 4 years of college, and at the end, the cost of living is too much for the amount of money they're making when they find a job. Or with their career, they can't find a job that will pay them the amount of money they need for the lifestyle they choose to live. What we're going to try to do with self help success is help you get over some of those hurdles by knowing or having an idea of what life is going to cost you 4 years down the road. Even if we don't know the exact amount, we know what our responsibilities will be. We have some estimate, and therefore we can plan accordingly. And this is what self help cost of living guide will help you with in choosing your career, because now you know how much you need to make in order to live the lifestyle you choose to live. So I hope you follow me on self help success as we go through the different steps that will help you choose your success. Now, when you go to college and you choose a career, have you thought about how much this career will pay? Have you given any idea on how much increase it will be in your cost of living 4 years from now? Well, the whole idea with self help success is to help you work through some of these things. So when you choose your career, you can reevaluate it. If it's a field you really love to work in, then I would suggest you look at the different jobs in that field to find out what these different jobs pay, because that's going to determine how much you're going to make to pay for your lifestyle. Now, the way I used to teach it in the high schools is I have the students to choose a career. Once they choose a career, find out how much it pays. Then they'll go through the steps of learning about how to find an apartment, how to, or a house, or wherever it is they want to live, and how to come up with these costs of that particular house or apartment. You will learn in self-help success about what is how much rent you have to come up with. For example, if you just graduated from college and you want to be independently supported, how much you're going to need? You choose the area in which you want to live, and then you find out the cost for that dwelling, whether it's a house, a condo, or an apartment. Now, if it's an apartment, we'll use that for an example. You come up with what it's going to cost to move in. For example, if the rent for a 1-bedroom or a studio may be $1,000 and up, for a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, it's going to be $2,000 and up. Now, when you move in, you're going to need 2 months rent in many places and 2 months security in order to move in. If the apartment is $1,000, you need to come up with $200 for the first and last month's rent, and then you need to come up with $200 for the security deposit, if the security deposit is the cost of the rent for 2 months. So before you can move in, you need to come up with $4,000 to get a studio or 1-bedroom apartment. Then you have to figure out the living expense. What is it going to cost? Does electric and heat comes with the apartment? If not, you have to pay for it separately. Therefore, you may have a light bill. Then you find out the estimate of that light bill. You find out what's the estimate of the gas bill or the heating bill for the apartment. You find out what does the internet going to cost for that particular area. What is cable going to cost for that particular area? Now, these are fees in addition to the $4,000 you need to move in order to have these things turned on when you move into your apartment. You want to make sure the lights are on, that it's heated and if it's in the winter, and that you can get air if it's in the summer, so you can be comfortable in your apartment. And you need cable, and you definitely need the internet, so you can do business from home or go on your computer or work on your computer. So the light bill, gas bill, internet, Wi-Fi, and cable is a necessity for an apartment. You come up with the prices for these items individually and figure them out by the month. If you have a yearly price, when you call and contact the people to find out what it's going to cost, then the yearly price, you divide that by 12 to find out what the monthly cost will be. Now, once you have the monthly costs, okay, you write that down after you wrote down the cost to move in for the rent and the security. Now you want to figure out what is your living expense going to be. How much are you going to be spending on furniture for the apartment? Where to find something reasonable. Give yourself an estimated cost for these amenities. Figure out what it's going to go to the grocery store and do just a price check and figure out an estimate of what it's going to cost to feed yourself 3 times a day, 5 days a week. 31 times a month. Figure out your monthly expense for your food bill. And that will cover breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Come up with a cost. And when you're looking at cost for food, remember when you buy meat, you check meat by the pound. That will determine the real cost of the meat. Not the big price, but the price per pound. So you come up with your costs. You may want to look at some YouTube videos on how to come up with meals that are economically and healthy and reasonable when you're starting out, so you can stretch your dollars. So when you figure out how to stretch your dollars, then you also want to figure out your transportation. For example, if you're going to have a car, and for sake of discussion, we'll say the car note is $500 a month. Estimate what your gas is going to cost per month to go to and from work. Estimate what your stickers and plates is going to cost per year and divide that by 12. Estimate what your tune-ups. You should have a tune-up in the early part of the year, and you should have a tune-up in the spring and a tune-up in the fall. Find out what those tune-ups are going to cost, and you divide that by 12. Because later on, what you're going to do is you're going to put money aside for these things so that when time comes to pay for them, you would have them. Once you figure out your gas, your tune-up costs, your license plates, your sticker, and don't forget, you do have to purchase your license, and the cost of your car note per month, and car insurance. When you figure those things out, that'll be your third expense. Now, if you want to be able to go out to dinner once a month or twice a month, or hang out with your friends, you have to figure a cost for that. It's not good to just randomly get what you need to get, go where you need to go, and not budget for it. Because that's what caused people to come up short for their rent. Figure out these costs. Divide them. Make sure everything is divided by 12. Add them all together, and this will give you your monthly costs for cost of living. Once you get your monthly cost, then you multiply that monthly cost times 12, and I would recommend you add $5,000 to $10,000 on top of it, because you may come up short, and you also gonna need things to clean your apartment and everything. So add a little extra on the end for that. So you add about $10,000 after you add your 12 months together. And this will give you an estimate of what it is you're going to need to live independently once you graduate college, or once you decide to move out independently on your own. So once you figure these prices out, you go back and you figure out what it is the career you chose were paying. And if that career does not match the number you came up with or more, then that means you need to choose another career, possibly in the same field you're interested in, that will pay you the salary and that will have a good chance of still having that need for you to work that career in 4 years. So it'll pay you the salary that you will need to live the lifestyle you choose. Again, this is Martha Allen with Self-Help Success, and we're talking about self-help success today with college students, and I hope this video helped you. You can find a lot of answers on different parts of the internet to find out what apartments cost, what cars cost, what food costs, and you can work on your process of coming up with your life experience and the life expense after college, so you would not end up going through 4 years of college and not be able to pay for your cost of living. So you can follow me on Self-Help Success. We will be discussing more of these things in depth. Again, my name is Martha Allen. Please give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to bringing you more great information in the very near future. If you want more information on these subjects and how to be successful and help yourself to be able to pay for your future self, then you can check out my books on Self-Help Books, TIT.com. Again, that's Self-Help Books, TIT.com. And you will find books that will show you how to plan your life journey, and hopefully this will help you. Again, until next time, I look forward to speaking with you.